Hello, my loves. Good evening. I've got Fredward here and his little buddy. I don't know. We haven't named him yet. He's just a fucking head. So maybe we'll just call him Fuckhead. But anyways, I got my buddies here, my partners in crime. And tonight's scary story, it's not so much a scary story, but we're going to do horrifying facts that I really suggest you don't read. And since you're not going to be reading them, I'm going to tell them to you so you don't have to read them. So, it's kind of like a buddy system. Know what I'm saying? Right, Fredward? We got that buddy thing going on, right? Yeah. So there are some facts and statistics out there that are creepy but undeniably interesting, and you can't say that they're not, okay? You just can't. While they stick with you, they're great to pull out at parties or drop to someone when you feel like blowing somebody's mind or grossing them out or whatever, just fucking with people. You know, it's all in the name of fun. So here are some facts that honestly live rent-free in my head, and now they're going to live rent-free in yours too. And also Fuckhead's back here and Fredward's. Their minds are already blown, so all right, let's get out with it. Butterflies. Butterflies like drinking blood. Those beautiful blood suckers actually do. Now, they don't have the necessary tools to kill or bite for it, but since blood is so nutrient packed, they will lap that shit up any chance they get. Butterflies. Freaky little blood suckers. A sloth's long nails aren't actually nails. Now, this one I did not know. They're bones that protrude from the skin and are wrapped in a layer of keratin. So it kind of reminds me of Wolverine from X-Men. A little bit. Not quite. A little bit. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they're not nails. They're bones. Space is freezing cold. Sure, the sun is there, but the baseline temperature out there is 2.7 Kelvin, which is minus 270.45 degrees Celsius and minus 453.80 degrees Fahrenheit. So it is fucking chilly out there. Beyond that, 10,000 times what I just said. It's cold. Did you know crocodiles can gallop? Yeah, like horses do. Isn't that terrifying? It's awesome, but it's so terrifying. I don't really want to visit Florida because of this. With that said, the first thing that would kill you if you found yourself out in space without a spacesuit would be the lack of oxygen, right? You'd black out after 15 seconds and be fully dead after 90. You'd be looking like Fredward, okay? Hippos can't swim or breathe underwater or float, but they can run and propel themselves across the water floor, which allows them to do scary things like chase after people in boats, floaties, whatever. When I was a kid, hippopotamus were, especially the baby ones, they were so cute, you know, and I just thought, oh, they're funny looking creatures, but they're kind of cute. I saw a video on YouTube where this one comes running, literally galloping out of the fucking water towards this boat and tries to kill this guy. And ever since then, I'm just like, hippopotamuses are not cute. They are fucking scary. Predators, very much so. Some scientists believe the average person eats 5 grams of microplastics in a week. That's more or less what a credit card weighs. So basically, you're eating a credit card every week. At least I'm not maxing it. If I eat it, I guess. So there is a rogue black hole in our galaxy. Yeah, just a black hole out there swirling around. Nobody knows what's inside of it, or do we? I haven't heard anything. Does anybody else know? If you do, comment. But yeah, there's just a black hole out there for whatever reason. I don't know. It's 5,000 light years away from Earth and has a mass 7 times greater than our sun. That is huge, black hole sun, won't you come? All right, we're on number 9. It's widely believed that your hearing is the last sense that you lose when you die. Studies show that patients may still be able to hear when in an unresponsive state. That's often why they tell you to, when you go to visit family or friends that are in comas, that you should go ahead and talk to them like things are normal. Just talk to them, because a lot of us think that they can hear. Number 10, there are over 250,000 deaths in a year due to medical error. Now, this freaks me the fuck out because I have a lot of health issues. I've had a lot of procedures and surgeries done. So this is a really scary one for me. I did know this already, but hearing it or reading it every time does not make me feel any better about it. It gets worse every time I read it, actually. That's over 684 per day. And according to a 2017 study, that makes medical errors the third leading cause of death. Jesus Christ, that's scarier than anything I said. 11. Scientists predict that a body submerged in deep water will be skeletonized in less than 4 days. This is partially due to the fact that they get swarmed by amphipods, which have been seen devouring pig carcasses during their studies from the inside out. These little critters, manja, all gone. Quickly, very quickly. So, number 12, fir trees can grow in human lungs. That's fucking crazy, right? Frederick? You don't even have any lungs. What the fuck am I asking you for? A 28-year-old patient named Artem Sidorkin reportedly inhaled the seed of a fir tree, ouch, which had sprouted and grown in his lung. Doctors thought they were dealing with a tumor and were stunned when they made the discovery that it was, in fact, a fir tree growing inside of him. We are trees. We are. We come from the earth, you know? We're all one. Number 13. There's a 1 in 3 chance police will never identify your killer if you're murdered in the United States. That is absolutely horrifying to me. I had read something not long ago that there's actually like 3,000 to 4,000 serial killers roaming free in the United States at any given time. 3,000 to 4,000 serial killers in just the United States at any time. Yeah, let that sit with you for a little bit, because when I heard it, I was just like, no, that cannot be. It is. The NPR reports criminologists estimate that at least 200,000 murders have gone unsolved since the 1960s. 200,000 murders in the United States alone have gone unsolved. That is not acceptable. Number 14, if the sun exploded right now, you wouldn't know about it for another 8 minutes. So 8 minutes seems like a long time, but it's really not. 8 minutes to tell everybody goodbye, as long as you knew it was coming. I, on the other hand, would not want to know that it's coming, you know, because that's no, too scary. The energy from the explosion would be traveling at the speed of light, which means it would take 8 minutes and 20 seconds to travel from the sun to Earth and kill us all. Finito. Number 15, 20% of children report hearing voices. We often think that they have invisible friends, make-believe friends, whatever, and often kids do. They have the best imaginations out of anybody. But it's actually true that 20% of children report hearing voices. Having an imaginary friend may be a child's explanation for hearing these voices. So they already hear the voices, the 20% of children, and I think they just kind of form their own visual, or maybe they do see somebody there. We don't know. You know, kids and animals are very sensitive to things that we can't necessarily see or hear. I shouldn't say we, some of us can hear and see these things, right, Fredward? We deal with it all the time. Yeah. Thomas Hargrove, a homicide archivist, estimates that there are over 2,000 serial killers at large right now. So this was actually what I was just talking about a little bit ago. In this article, it says 2,000 serial killers at large right now. The one that I read said between 3,000 and 4,000 serial killers at large any given time in the United States. According to his records, there are over 27,000 murders that aren't even in the FBI files. That's just crazy. That it literally blows my fucking mind. Let's see here. There are about 40 supervolcanoes around the world capable of claiming up to 1 billion lives, and we're about 24,000 years overdue for an eruption. Fucking boom. I think about this a lot because I live close to Yellowstone National Park, and if that sucker blows, we're all fucking gone. We are dead, finito, forever. Right, Fredward? We are ashes. One supervolcano in Yellowstone National Park, this is what I was just saying, has a magma chamber that could comfortably fit the entire city of Tokyo in it. Tokyo is fucking huge. I think it's like one of the biggest cities on the entire planet. I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying that because of what I think I remember. But yeah. 19. There's a brain-eating amoeba that lives in lakes and rivers of the southern United States. The single-celled organism travels up the nose to the brain when it starts to break down the tissues. It will kill you. You will wind up like Fredward. Not in my studio, but just dead like Fredward. 20. Sudden arrhythmic death syndrome is a condition where someone seemingly healthy dies suddenly with no apparent cause of death. No cause of death can be found in about 1 in 20 cardiac deaths. So this is actually like sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS, but for adults. Yeah, and it's a thing. And I know it's very controversial. A lot of people are saying that it's been happening more and more ever since the jab was given for COVID and coronavirus. I don't really like to get into the politics of things just because it's a constant argument. I feel people should be able to have their own opinion and believe what they believe for whatever reason. I have my own beliefs, and I wouldn't want anybody to try and step on those. They can all they want, but it's still my opinion. You're free to have your own opinion. I personally did not get the jab just because I am allergic to the world, including the sun, and I have a lot of health issues, so I didn't think it was the right choice for me. So that's about all I'm going to say with that. 21. Over 80 million bacteria can be exchanged in one kiss. Now, this is really disgusting for me to read. I don't like to hear it because I absolutely love kissing. I am a kisser. I love locking lips. And just, I don't know, I guess when I'm in the mood for kissing, this does not cross my mind. Thank God, because, like I said, I like kissing. People who are in long-term relationships are more likely to have the same types of microbiota present in their mouths, which, awesome, we share everything, I guess. 22, bot flies, ooh, these fucking things are nasty, are a type of insect whose larvae burrow under your skin. Now, I've only ever actually seen them pulled from like cats or dogs or things like that. I actually watch those videos because I don't know, I'm fucking weird. I watch Dr. Pimple Popper and all those types of things. I'm really weird. Fredward knows. He'll vouch for it. I'm weird. But during that time, you can see them move around underneath your flesh, and that creeps me out. Ugh. Reminds me of the scene from The Mummy when the little bugs get in there. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. I love horror stuff. Disgusting stuff, not so much. 23. That's not the only bug you need to worry about. Japanese giant hornets have a bite that can leave craters in the skin or even cause death. These things are huge, literally huge. They're scary. They're also attracted to human sweat, so there's that. It's probably a good thing that I don't sweat. And I can honestly say that because I have some health issues that actually prevent me from sweating. The downside of that, now I always thought it was cool, like, hey, I don't sweat, so therefore I'm not going to stink, I'm not going to be all wet and gross, but there is a downside. My body cannot regulate its temperature, so if I get overheated, my body starts to malfunction, and I need to go submerge myself in cold water or ice, just to, stay alive. So it's a good thing to sweat, unless these fuckers are around, then probably not so much. 24. About 1 in 50 people in the United States currently have a brain aneurysm that just hasn't ruptured. And thank you so much for putting that on this list, because I have panic disorder and anxiety, and this freaks the shit out of me because I often think about things like this. Every time I get a headache, I'm like, oh my God, am I having an aneurysm? You know, people with anxiety, you get it. You get what I'm saying. It's very freaky. That's about 6.5 million people that, yeah, have an aneurysm that just hasn't ruptured. So 25, a brain aneurysm ruptures about once every 18 minutes. Again, thank you for putting that into my fucking brain. Around 30,000 people suffer from ruptures each year. You don't always die from it, but most of the time I think you die. It's sad. 26. There are over 200 dead bodies on top of Mount Everest because retrieving them is such a risk. They serve as markers for other hikers. How fucking morbid, but good idea. The most common cause of death on Everest is an avalanche. I would have thought just being out in the weather, the elements would kill you. But I guess it's an avalanche. 27. Horned toads can squirt blood out of their eyes. That is the coolest, grossest thing I have ever heard of in my life. And I kind of want to see it. It's a very helpful way to get debris out. I still, when I get shit in my eyes, I still wouldn't want to be able to shoot blood out. Lasers, yes, not blood. 28. Oh, and some moths drink human blood. See, now I'm a huge fan of moths. I call them dusty butterflies. I think they're gorgeous, or vampire butterflies. And I was right, because they like to drink human blood just like regular butterflies. It's fucking crazy. Vampire moths feed on the blood of mammals, including humans. They can suck blood for up to 50 minutes. So almost an hour, they're just sitting there drinking us like a goddamn milkshake. Actually, I don't think they can drink directly from us. They don't have the tools, the equipment. But if you got, some spilled blood laying around, they'll clean it up for you. 29. When you die, your house cat is going to want to eat you. Dogs usually won't, but cats will. So, I don't know. Are you a dog person or a cat person? I've had both. I think dogs make better pets. Cats are sassy and cool. And, well, I'm a witch, so I need a cat. They're my partner. I don't know. I love dogs, though. And if your cat doesn't, your gut flora might start taking over your body and colonizing your internal organs. So, is the cat doing everybody else a favor, or is it just fucking bloodthirsty? I'm going to go with bloodthirsty. 30. Speaking of disturbing pet facts, dogs like squeaky toys because they mimic the screams of their prey. I still love dogs. I do. I really do. There's a theory that they rip the squeaker out of the toy because as long as it squeaks, the dog still thinks it's alive. Once they have gotten that squeaker out, they have won the battle. Isn't that adorable? I love dogs. 31. This is absolutely fucking disgusting. If you don't have a strong stomach, don't listen to this one. You swallow 1 to 2 cups of snot every single day. That is fucking nasty. That's gross. I get a visual with it, so it's gross. That's over 22 gallons a year. Shut the fuck up. Really? That's so gross, man. Come on. All right, 32. The average bed has between 100,000 and 10 million dust mites. That's terrible too. That's probably why I wake up every morning all fucking clogged up and can hardly breathe. It's because I'm allergic to dust and there's a bunch of dust mites in my bed. That's disgusting. No matter how much I wash that shit, they're just there, huh? Yeah, gross. Don't worry though, they just want to eat your dead skin. Whew, thanks. I feel much better about it. 33. On average, you secrete 26 gallons of sweat into your bed per year. Not all of us, because some of us don't sweat. I wish I could sweat, because then maybe I wouldn't have to take ice baths sometimes, but... Which means you sweat a little over 1 cup per day on average. For normies. 34. The air you breathe in a train station is 15% human skin. Oh, glorious. Another thing that I needed to hear. 35. Speaking of skin, you'll shed about 40 pounds of it in your lifetime. Well, I'm trying to lose 20 pounds, so I don't think I'm going to make it anytime soon, though. I'm really struggling with it. Anyways, your skin can shed at a rate of 500 million cells a day. That is crazy. That's a fuck of a lot. 36. Cockroaches have been recorded eating human flesh, both living and dead, as well as fingernails, eyelashes, feet, and hands. These little fuckers are just relentless. I don't know. Is there something to that? Because bombs can go off and these fuckers survive. So are we to learn something from cockroaches? Do we need to be eating? I won't go there. That's weird. I don't know why I went there. Because I'm weird, probably. The American cockroach and the German cockroach are more likely to bite humans than other species. You want to know why? Because they're assholes. That's why. 37. 20% of coffee mugs have traces of fecal matter on them. For all you coffee drinkers, sip, motherfuckers. In addition, 90% of coffee mugs are covered in germs. I mean, that's kind of a given. Even when we wash our dishes, and dry them and put them away in the cupboards, they collect germs and dust and all kinds of stuff in there. So I'm just going to advise you to rinse or wash kind of before you use them when you pull them out. Even if they are clean, just kind of clean them again. That's what I do because that shit freaks me out. I'm like a germaphobe, yet I'm not. I don't know what I am besides weird. 38. Finally, the dead outnumber the living 15-1. In 1968, the dead outnumbered the living roughly 29-1. So, okay, that's actually gotten a little bit better. Wow, that's actually gotten extremely a lot better. I can't believe that. Now, I don't know. Do you think this is, I don't know. I was going to get into the politics of it, like, people that were cremated probably aren't in these statistics, so it's just people that were buried. That's my guess. I don't know. Anyways, that was our, well, it says 34 horrifying facts that I really suggest you don't read, but I read 38 of them, so you're welcome. You got a little extra from me. I didn't have anything planned well enough tonight for tonight's story. I do have a couple topics. One of them is someone who went missing for 15 months and then reappeared and didn't know or cannot tell us where the hell he was for the 15 months that he disappeared. It's a very interesting story to me, and I might do that this next time. But if you have any topics or anything that you would like me to check on or cover on one of these stories, drop it in the comments and I will certainly get to it as soon as I can. Yeah, I'm actually sometime this summer, maybe closer to fall, I'm going to be not going live, so to speak, but I'm going to be traveling around North Dakota to some haunted or spooky destinations that we have. In fact, for such a small state, we actually do have a lot. And maybe that's why, because there's nobody fucking here but dead people. I don't know. So, but anyways, I'm going to do some story coverage, scary story time with traveling and show video, stuff like that. I think you guys will love it. I'm super excited for it. And I can't give you an exact date when that will be, but I promise I will let you know. It's going to be closer to fall. I do know that. So probably late August is what I'm thinking, early September. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed tonight's freaky, weird, creepy, spooky bullshit that I read to you. Fredward loves these stories. He's just like, mouth just dropped. Gotta love him. He's a great spooky partner, great friend. And then we got this little fucker back here. Like I said, I think we're just gonna name him Fuckhead. I don't know what to name him. But yeah, so thank you so much for listening. It's not Sunday. It is Monday night, so the week has already started. I hope you guys have a beautiful week. I'm about to hop in the studio. I gotta record some music tonight. So thanks for listening, and I will see you soon. All right? Good night.